How many times you were searching for that ultimate plugin or decided to go with multiband harmonic low mid upward expansion to save your mix? I just made it up, but I'm pretty sure something like that already exists. The problem lies in basic things we all neglect daily or adjust on autopilot. You won't be happy with what I'm about to say, but just use your ears, bro. It's still the best advice. Luckily, there are two completely free solutions that will help you to do this right. First one is Mixmatcher, a free Max for Life device. So if I play you this drop, you should pick up some overlapping between this pad and this plug. Not to mention how muddy things get once we move to this plug again and the bass sound. So once I'll drag Mixmatcher on my plug, you can see its spectrum, and now let's use bass as A, and that's gonna be this group, and the pad as B. Clearly the range that's causing the conflict between plug and bass is right around here, and that's where your decision matters the most. You can either go to the plug, make a low cut like this, and then maybe cut a little bit here as well. Or you can move to bass and try sculpting some space for plug in this range. I would not recommend you to go with the second route, since the bass gets weaker, but I don't want to be chased by Audio Bros police, so it's all about your creative decision. And now let's quickly check how things look between plug and pad. So as you can see, pad plays in a very limited frequency spectrum range, and if I'll try to cut something from it, I may lose it completely, but as I see on Mixmatcher, there is a problem right below 1K. Let me just quickly try to cut it from pad. Let's make a narrow cut here. We may also want to cut a bit from lows here, as you can see on Mixmatcher window. But let's make it very subtle, once again to not lose the sound. Now, the second tool I promised works nearly the same, but it's way more detailed. Pretty sure you heard about or saw some people using SPAD. Good news is that even a free version allows you to compare individual tracks. I have a really old video on my channel on how to set it up, but I don't want to link it here since it's cringe as f***. And it's called Volksangle SPAD. So let me just quickly show you how to set it up. To make it work, make sure you use VST version to have a sidechain option enabled in Ableton. Next step is choosing the track you want to compare to as sidechain source. So in my case, that's gonna be the 9th track with this pad sound here. And yeah, it's not showing the pad yet, since you need to go to routing and set inputs as 3 and 4. And voila, you can see both plug and pad in span. You can just quickly zoom in on the frequency you are very interested in, and in my case, the adjustments are gonna be pretty much the same. Now, as you saw before, I had Mixmatcher window always on my screen, no matter which channel I chose. Unfortunately, it's not the case for Span and basically any other plugin, but I believe there is an option here in Live Preferences. If you're gonna turn the Auto Hide plugin windows off, we can also see Span no matter on which track we are. And yeah, I also know there is a frequency masking feature in Pro Q3, but you either need to be very serious about mixing or like to listen to some bangers. Let's just say I never heard that track before. But this all can only get you to like 40% job done. There are two ways to improve the result. First one is clicking the like button down below, since you made it this far. And the second one is using some secret features in stock EQ and utility tool. Put it on your master if you don't have it here already. Right click on width knob and select mid-side mode. With mid-side utility on the master, you can hear how much room you have on mid and side image. To make it easy for you, let's focus on this bass sound and this lead. Both have very present side image, and while it may be okay for now, cluttering the sides will lead into complete mess later on. Your role is to control them by using EQ in mid-side mode, and you can switch it on here. Now let's just switch the EQ to side on my bass track, which I'm currently on, and then cut a bit from the lows here. And maybe just leave some room for the lead in high frequencies. So I will make a cut here. Once I cut a lot of highs from bass and side image, let's just buzz them here in our lead line. And since the bass is present at the sides around here, let's just try to make a room for it by cutting sides from this lead. So here is how it sounded before, and pay close attention to the side image. Same goes for mid-image, and lucky you, I got a great example how mid-side processing can clean up your mix. So if I would play this vocal and an ARP, it feels like they're fighting for space a bit. And since our vocal is mainly in mono, let's just try to cut a little bit of mid-image from the ARP. Take it step by step, no matter what you do, take it to the end, where all your dreams will come true. And you know what? We can also boost a bit of sides here. Take it step by step, take it slowly or you lose. It's a very simple example, but listen how the vocal gets more present. Take it to the end, where all your dreams will come true. So take it step by step, take it slowly or you lose. Now, just like with basic EQ, it's up to you to decide what should be on side or mid-image. If you can't make this decision on your own, just use some reference tracks and listen to them carefully. I had a version of this mix where I cut bass a little bit more from sides, something like that, I believe. And then I let the lead to be super wide. Something like that. But once I exported the final version Master 2 and listened to it between other dancefloor drum and bass tracks, I quickly found out that at least in this genre, basses are really wide. Long story short, my one sounded like crap. Your track may sound crap as well. But lucky you, I know the reason. That's why you need to watch this video next.